Hi there, this is Sandra with Brew City Thrifts, and today I am at the Goodwill in Grafton, Wisconsin, which is about 20 minutes north of the Milwaukee area. I have not been to this Goodwill in probably a year or two, so I don't really remember what it's like. It'll be fun for us to explore together, so let's hit it. The first thing that catches my eye is this little pottery vase. It appears to be Native American. It's got Native American design on it. And as I lift it down, I am looking for a signature on the bottom, and I believe I see a faint etched signature. So I'm trying to get that tag off, and I don't think you can see it on camera, but there is a faint etched signature. So I do put this in my cart. Here among the vases, hidden away in the corner, the first thing that attracts my attention is this ceramic cat vase. I love this design. It looks like it could be, oh, I don't know, a Target piece. But isn't that cute with the little curled tail and the little beady eyes? Cat Lady is the name of the brand. And I think, oh, it's very contemporary, so I put it back, but I think it's so cute. Then I take a look at this little vintage bunny pot. It's got some raised bunnies on the outside. It's very cute. And then this terracotta vase has a nice ceramic hand painted element to it, which makes it very pretty. It was definitely being considered. In the end, I did leave it behind, but it's a nice piece. In the bakeware section, the first thing that catches my fingers. The first thing that catches my eye is this absolutely gorgeous pottery casserole pan. It is just so beautiful, but it's a Mexican piece. It is paint. I now looking back on it, I probably should have brought it. I left it behind because of that chip that you see on the rim there. And I'm trying to make myself pick up less damaged goods, but that is definitely a winner, and I think someone's going to be very happy with it. The next thing that I notice is this set of nested milk glass bowls. I do believe it is vintage, and I put it in my cart to take a look and think about it. I did end up putting them back because they did not have, they weren't marked on the bottom, and with the one missing bowl, I decided I would pass. There's still some other vintage things to see here on the shelf. This is a Corningware divided dish with a blue cornflowers pattern. And after I look at this contemporary dish real quick, I pick up this other Corningware piece with the blue birds, but I leave them behind. I think these Louisville stoneware canisters are really very nice. It's quality ceramics, it's good pottery, and I do like the artwork on them with the sailboats. Now, these canisters by Louisville Stoneware, the ones that seem to sell for a lot of money are the ones that are animal themed and designed all the way up to the handle on the top of the lid. When I checked these, there was one listed for $45 and it hadn't sold, so I left those behind, but I was really kind of torn. There were a lot of other cool items to look at in the canister section. I noticed this, what looked to be vintage. I thought it was a utensil holder, but then, of course, no, it says coffee. It needs a lid, and it is a coffee canister. Behind it, this is a canister I have seen before. It is by Highmark. It's got kind of a ribbed or beehive side to it, and it doesn't seem to sell very well, but I do think it's nice and it's vintage. I also noticed these red square canisters. I'm thinking those are a little bit more contemporary, probably 1990s or later. And then there was a set in sunny yellow with a definite vintage design, either retro or possibly really vintage. I think they were retro, but I didn't really explore them too much because it was just such a big set with so many pieces. While it was nice to see, and I'm happy to show it to you, for me, I didn't want to take on so much, and so I left those behind. But aren't they nice? They are pretty. Here among the kitchen goods, I first take a look at these cute bear soup mugs, and I notice this vintage salt or pepper with a transferware design. And then I see this egg coddler. It is reminiscent of Royal Worcester egg coddlers I've sold before. The top is awfully scratched up. And so I'm taking a look at it like, I am not sure about this. And I don't take the tag off. The weight was right, so I thought it was Royal Worcester, and I put it in my cart and took it home. In the tchotchke aisle, I noticed this little ceramic lidded jar. It has pewter accents and a little pewter spoon on the side, and it is signed, so it's likely a studio piece. It's not a maker that I recognize, but it's a very nice jar, and I love that it has that little spoon for, oh, I don't know, loose tea, coffee, and so that goes in my cart. And I also had picked up a little pack of Mary Engelbreit note cards for 99 cents that I'll either use in my reselling or sell online. In the tchotchke area, I noticed first this Delta blue tile. It's got a wire for hanging. It's got age, and on the back, I like that hand signed element to it. I looked them up online. Unfortunately, they just don't sell for very much. I think the market has been glutted since they were so popular back in the 80s. So next, I see this Marjolaine Baston for Hallmark music box with a lid. I love her design actually, but the as you can see, I mean everything looks good except the handle isn't working to be able to check to see if the music box works. And here's a little slice of agate that I picked up. So I put it in my cart to think about it. On the shelf below was a treasure craft. I believe this is a, well, I don't know if it's an ashtray, but it's chipped, and that seems to be the case with most of the treasure craft that I see in the wild. They seem to be chipped. Over here is a very heavy wall hanging of Sylvester and Tweety, unpainted. Nice, but I left that behind as well. I noticed this mug in the back. It looks like Otagiri because it's speckleware, and in fact, yes, it is. There's the sticker. It's I love the design with the, maybe it's goldenrod or sheaves of wheat. I like that it's a pedestal mug. And so I decide I'm going to give that a chance, and that goes in my cart. Among the plates, I notice on the shelf below this set or this stack of Franciscan Desert Rose plates. There are 3 bread and butter plates for $1.99 each, and 4 lunch plates also for $1.99. And I put them in my cart to think about them. I do have 2 larger Franciscan Desert Rose serving plates that I have had listed for quite a while. And I decided to put these back because I would like to sell my other pieces before I pick up any more of this pattern, even though it is really lovely. In the wood aisle, the first thing I notice is this lovely little airplane. It is handmade. It has these movable propellers. It is that, I just love that it is chunky and smooth and designed for little hands to play with. So you know how I feel about these handmade wooden toys. That goes in my cart. And there's still more little toy airplanes to be had on the shelves. This one looks to have been produced by an actual toy company. The one below is very similar in style. And while these are so cute, I've gotten one, so I decide I can leave these other ones for another toy airplane enthusiast to pick up. I do notice that goose box on the bottom shelf for a second, but then my eye is caught by still yet another toy airplane. This is so cute. It's got a spinny propeller, but that is another one that I leave for another shopper. And then I noticed this cute bunny box with the ears of the bunnies forming a handle, and they're just so sweet. I think I'm going to take it. It's a nice box, well designed, but I think to myself, oh my gosh, Easter's so far away. I don't know if I want to store it for another year. And so I put it back, and now I'm kind of regretting it. I think I should have taken it home with me. What do you guys think? I was being too choosy today. This is another holiday piece that, in retrospect, I mean, I knew it was super cool. Now they're asking $25 for it. It's vintage, it's kinetic, it moves, it's got little elves and candles and things on it, and it's a lovely, lovely piece. I've said before, I don't pick up a lot of Christmassy things, and I just thought to myself, again, storing it for a year, I don't know, but what a really, really sweet piece. I think I was just being super choosy on this trip. I was really passing up a lot of cool things, and I don't know in retrospect why I was being quite so choosy. At the time, I was like, I'm not finding what I'm really here looking for. And I was kind of just not picking up things that were there. So I'm kind of regretting it now, but that stayed on the shelf. What a cool piece, though. I'm glad I could show it to you. I noticed this humble trinket dish on the shelf, and it is obviously, it looks like some sort of table of contents. It is actually a copy of the first folio edition of Shakespearean plays, and it is dated. It actually was made in 1964, so it's vintage. And I love Shakespeare, and I love old things, and I say, hey, let's put that in my cart. So it goes in. Okay, time for a cart review. The first thing that I am pointing out is this wooden toy airplane, handmade, so sweet. Then this slice of agate stone, which I am going to keep for myself, for my own rock collection. Here are the Mary Engelbreit note cards. They don't actually sell for too much, so I've decided I'm going to use them as thank yous for my eBay sales. This Otagiri pedestal mug is so pretty with those yellow goldenrod flowers, or maybe it's wheat, not sure, but whatever it is, they are awesome. This egg cup turns out to be a fake. It had Royal Worcester on the bottom imprinted, but it was not the right marking, and I think it's a fake. So I ended up bringing that back to Goodwill. This trinket dish is, I just like the fact that it's Shakespeare and it's old itself. And so that's coming home with me, as is this pewter and pottery canister by Crosby and Taylor. They make stoneware with pewter, and that is definitely coming home with me. These other items, the green Corelle mugs, are for work. And the candles, as you know, I burn a lot of candles, and my friends count on me for them. So those are coming with me too.
You can't win every single time. That's what makes it so much fun, because sometimes you don't find something cool. And so when you do find something amazing, it's a thrill. This trip was meh. But still, you know, we saw some interesting things. Anyway, I hope you still had a good time looking around with me. Keep on thrifting, siblings. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Even when you don't score, keep on going. And we will do this again. Bye-bye.